Health Monday with Jared and Jacob from Harper City Pharmacy this morning. And, you know, they didn't come last month, and our ratings plummeted. I mean, plummeted below the earth, but they're back this morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
We're saving the day.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. Hey, we got the grand reopening today and just got back in the original building. And what's going on over there now?
You know, we didn't come last month because we thought the day we were scheduled to come here we'd be moving, but as those things go, you never get done on time. No. So we finally got moved last weekend. Our first day back was last Monday, the 5th. So if you haven't seen us, we definitely want you to come visit us. Today is the big grand reopening. So a number of things are going on that we want to talk about this morning.
All right, now we got the ribbon cutting, I think, with the chamber at what, 10 o'clock this morning?
As far as I understand, 10 o'clock is the time.
You don't know a whole lot, though.
Listen, I know what time we said, but you know they'll show up when they show up, and we'll be there when we get there. Yeah.
Now, what all's been done to the building that you were in for a long time and then went down the street for the remodel, and you're back there now?
So the pharmacy opened, it's actually 19 and a half years ago. We're coming up on our 20th anniversary, which will be in May of 23. We were in the 4,000 square feet that you guys know about, those of you who were our patients before. We were next to the end spot in Ogletree Plaza, and the loan company on the end went out of business. Just a perfect opportunity for us to take that over. And so we knocked down the cinder block wall between us. We went from 4 to 6,000.
We did that personally.
Yeah, I could tell y'all work out.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going. Once he gets train of thought, he struggles to get back.
I don't know what to do with that. We knocked down the cinder block wall. We completely gutted the place. So for those of you who said, man, why is this taking so long? It did take 5.5 months, but honestly, we completely gutted 6,000 square feet, so it went pretty well.
Is that how long it was? 5.5 months for real?
Wow. 5.5. It felt like an eternity for those of you who came and joined us.
5.5 decades.
For those of you who came and joined us in our rat trap that we were temporarily in.
That was small, wasn't it?
It was small. We're able to add a drive-through, a whole bunch of other things that we'll talk about in just a minute. But honestly, we have a brand new pharmacy, a brand new gift department. You're going to love it.
So, why did we do this, Jacob?
Well, you know, I guess from a selfish approach, you know, we as a business needed it for several reasons. We had simply outgrown the space we were in to do the things we wanted to do. You know, when Dad and James opened it 19 and a half years ago, they had what they thought would be plenty of space for, you know, lifetimes, because that's what pharmacy was 19 years ago, 20 years ago now. You know, the increase in pharmacy services that everyone provides, that we provide, that we strive to be good at, the increase in just the sheer number of prescriptions that people take and the number of people getting them, and the way those are processed, all those things have changed. And they continue to change, and they will continue to change. And it just became that we simply couldn't grow our business and maintain our business in the space we were in, even though that had maintained us for 19 years. It just became apparent to Jared and I, we simply couldn't continue to do that. So this new space is going to allow us to provide, again, the same level of service we want to provide and the same speed of prescriptions we've always provided, but also more clinical type services, more vaccines, better spaces for those, better access to us for our patients. We were able to get a new, what we call a dispensing robot. People have seen the thing behind our counter for years. We got a new one of those that's bigger and better than what we had before. It allowed us to do a lot of things like that we hope will just make our day-to-day processes better.
Yeah. One thing I have noticed, Jared, is the drive-through, but there are many other ideas and differences that the customer is going to notice when they come in the store too.
We underestimated, I think, how many people prefer to use a drive-through. And maybe it's because we didn't have one for years, we tried to deny it, you know. But even you came through the drive-through.
I didn't know that. Did he come in the right direction?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He even spoke to me.
Okay. Well, that's the problem, though.
Yeah.
We underestimated the number of people who need a drive-through. It turns out that moms with little kids and people who might be injured or have trouble walking, don't want to take that many steps. Maybe you're sick and you're in your pajamas. All kinds of people want to drive through. So,
Are you in a hurry?
You're in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that we were able to do that. From a patient standpoint for you guys, To me, the word I keep using is efficiency. If you remember our old setup, it doesn't matter if you were dropping off your prescription or picking up your prescription, you had to stand in the same line. And if you came down to our temporary location, you know that those lines were very, very long, right? And so we now have a setup where we have a separate window for dropping off your prescription. We have a separate area for picking up your prescription so that those lines don't get backed up. We have the drive-through. We still offer delivery within the city limits. And so there's so many ways to get your medicine. We've made things more efficient for you. And then, of course, we had a gift department where people were standing on top of each other. We had a gift department where gifts were piled up to the ceiling. We have it much more spaced out. We've added a number of new gift lines, and it's just a much more pleasant shopping experience. So I think you're going to find it to be a better feel. Maybe that's the
Speaking of
best way to say it.
lines, at the temporary place, give you an example. I was able to get my drive-through at Burger King and didn't lose my place in line. So
Our waiting area was Ace Hardware. You know, hey, you're waiting, go there,
yeah,
Ace. Yeah.
why not build a new building?
You know, that was our first thought. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that was kind of the only thought originally in our minds is we're going to need to branch out, build our own space, own our own space, start from scratch, because we're starting from scratch anyway, and this we ended up having to level the place. But there's things that are huge that you have to look at in any type of business, and ours is no different. And things like location, and in our business, that's proximity to the hospital, proximity to the doctor's offices, and then being in the heart of town where we wanted to be. There's that. There is things you don't necessarily think about until you're trying to use a business and have trouble with it, and that is there ample parking? Can I get in and out of the parking lot without having a wreck because of where it is based on traffic lights and streets and everything else? And I'll be honest with you, there is not a property in this town that Jared and I didn't consider. There's not a corner in this town or a mid-block place in this town that Jared and I didn't consider or look at or go stand around and walk around. And there's not an existing building or a vacant place we didn't consider. And honestly, what it came down to was there was not one that we felt met the things we needed better than just growing where we were and getting to the corner of our building. And honestly, so yeah, our first instinct was to build our own place. That's kind of the American way, right? I want to build my own place. But it wasn't feasible to be able to serve the people we serve in the way we do it and to continue what we do.
Jared, everything I'm hearing you say, it is the center of all of this is the customer, is the patient.
There's no doubt. You know, we were almost to the point, we weren't there and we never would have done this, but we were almost to the point where we were going to need to say, we can't take any more business, right? So we had to transform something.
That's a great problem to have.
So that we can continue to add families. You know, we want you. We want your family. We want your friends. And we needed the space to do that. Our efficiency has improved dramatically just in the first week. Now, look, we're still working out the kinks of our workflow. So things will get even faster than they are now and more efficient than they are now. But there's no doubt, as a staff, we could have lived with our old location. But it was getting more and more unpleasant for you guys. And so we wanted to make those changes. And I just want to add this about the location. During all this, all these decisions were being made, it turns out that we added Ace Hardware, we added Dollar Tree, now we've added Meat Depot. Our little shopping center is jumping.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful to our landlords. They've done a good job recruiting business.
Yeah. So big event, ribbon cutting today. The grand reopening is today. What else is going to be going on?
Well, hopefully, you know, at least announces normalcy, so that, you know, we don't feel too crazy. But no, so yeah, the ribbon cutting will be at 10, as we said. We'll have some, you know, the Chamber of Commerce invites, you know, famous media personalities and things like that to come out, radio and TV stations and newspapers. So we'll have that out. We have giveaways going on today. First 100 customers that purchase something get a free gift bag. There's any number of goodies in there, and honestly, I can only quote about half of them anyway because I can't remember. We are introducing our new gift lines out there today. So there's a lot of also free gift with purchase today that some of these companies are helping us sponsor. I think Kendra Scott is included in that I know the ladies are all happy about. We, oh goodness, I just drew a blank on what I was about to say. Oh, then we have 25% off of any one regular price gift item. Just, you know, pick your favorite thing in the store and walk out with it for 25% off. That means you have to pay 75%, by the way. You don't get to just walk out with it.
We say 25% though.
Yeah, you get 25% off. That's right. You pay 75 of it. You don't get to just walk out with it. But there's just a lot like that going on today. You know, Jared and I, we tried to overstaff as pharmacists today, so that at least one of us can be out there, you know, just managing things, glad hand, and just telling people how much we appreciate them coming in. So we want people to come in and see it today. There's been a lot of excitement. Our drive-through didn't take off as fast as we thought it would. And started asking people last week, you know, hey, you could have used the drive-through. You see people hopping in on a cane. Hey, we'd have been happy if yeah, but I wanted to see this.
Yeah.
This is new. I want to see it. So you know what? We invite you. It's new.
There you
Come
go.
see it.
So we've got a brand new gift department too, and it's a holiday season. Boy, you got gifts galore there.
We really do. There's so much more even in the stockroom that's not even out on the show floor, largely because it's Christmas time. You know, we got things decorated for Christmas, got a bunch of Christmas gifts. We have, I would say, maybe our best product lines that we had in the old gift department are still there. We've added some really exciting new things. And look, I'm not an expert on this, but if you're a man who's ever had to buy a gift for a woman, if you're a woman who's talked a man into buying a gift, you've probably heard of Kendra Scott Jewelry. We were able to get that. Teresa did a great job negotiating with them and getting that in our pharmacy. We have some sort of new, I think it's like skincare, hand lotion or something like that called Beehive. You ladies probably know what I'm talking about. I'm not real sure about that either.
He knows.
Oh yeah. I'll come by and describe that for you.
All I know is one thing smells like marshmallow, another something smells like pineapple. I don't want to smell like that, but you girls probably do. There's a whole bunch of other new gift lines that Jacob and I, quite frankly, know nothing about, but Teresa certainly does. So it's beautiful, it's exciting. In fact, I saw one of our patients walk out the other day with a nice coat on. I had no idea we sold coats.
Sold, yes.
Sold coats, but apparently we sell coats. There's a beautiful looking shirt. My wife says it looks like something you could buy in Anthropologie. I don't know anything about that, but you girls will like that, I think.
You know,
Well, we've also, I don't miss this, we've also added Comer and Sylacauga clothes, cups, any number of things that you'd see in a gift
That's
shop.
some good looking high school stuff.
Be local Comer and Sylacauga fans, we have a lot of stuff for you too.
Good looking stuff.
absolutely. Before we go this morning, let's go back to the patient. The patient's most important. That's where you guys do most of your business is the pharmacy.
Yes.
And for people who are saying, well, you've gotten bigger and you got this drive-through. So what can patients expect when they come into the store or use a drive-through?
Well, what we hope, that's two separate things. What we hope when patients come into the store, once, again, this is going to sound, I don't mean to sound this bad, once we get everyone trained under our new workflow, and I mean as patients coming in, know where to go, where to do this, we'll have to help everybody in the first few weeks, that they'll just have a much more enjoyable, efficient experience. Come in, I know where to go, I drop my stuff off, I don't have to wait in a 10-person line just to hand you my prescription. I can shop around, I can go and come back if I want to, I can do whatever I want to do on my time. Not the pharmacy's time where I have to wait in line. That's what we're shooting for, your time, not ours. You know, we have to have things done. Obviously, we have things we have to do, but we want you to be able to do things on your time. That's the goal, right? And so, yeah, come in a much more efficient experience. And through the drive-through, what we hope you get is just simple, quick, efficient service. You know, where you don't feel though like you've been excluded from the family atmosphere you felt when you walk in the door. Yeah, it makes it much more convenient for you, but we don't want you to feel like you were left out. You know, we hope to be able to see you through the drive-through, holler at you from across the room. You know, we insulted plenty of people through the drive-through like we would, like they come in. We would have yelled at you, said horrible things to you. You know, we want people to feel the same, even if they're using the drive-through type service, just because we want people to still feel like the Marble City family. That's what we're shooting for.
You got, I can come into the store, and I've been a patient for a long time, and I come into the store, and these guys are behind the desk, and they're filling prescriptions. They've got one, they're talking to somebody on the phone, and they're talking to somebody over here, but they take the time to say, hey, how's it going today? You know, that makes a difference with the patients and the client, doesn't it?
You know, it's the same old us, for better or worse.
Yeah.
We got a much bigger space. We got a better experience for you, but it's the same old us. And if you like the way that we deal with people and try to treat you, then you're still going to be in the right place.
Just in a better looking building.
That's right.
Yeah, we got just 2 or 3 minutes to go, and want to remind everybody that the grand reopening is today, and you can go by there anytime today. They've got a lot of gift ideas and giveaways they're going to be doing, and you know, it's holiday season. A lot of people are pressed, they're stressed, and we want to make it an experience for them that is kind of a calming situation for, because it's really tough this time of the year for a lot of people.
Oh, sure. Look, I think that I'm not a shopper very much.
No.
But I have noticed what's happened over the last week. People are browsing, but it's not too crowded. And they get to talk to our gift lady, Teresa, who's half counselor, half gift lady. You know, I think she may have a psychology degree by the time this is over with. But it's a pleasant experience, because I think the way that we try to treat people is what makes it different.
Did you ever think, Jacob, will this ever get redone? Will this building, will this remodel ever get finished?
I still think that. You know, what's so funny, anybody that's ever moved into a different home or a new home, you know, can relate to this. So it's done and we're in the building, but you know, you can't find anything. Everything that we have is physically in the room, somewhere in the back maybe, but we're still getting, you know, our feet under us. We're still getting things like, where do we want to keep this long term? Let's put this here, even just for our workflow purposes. Where's this? What's in this drawer? We're still figuring all that out too, and so it still feels like we're in the process. But that 5.5 months in that temporary pharmacy, it felt like an eternity, and I thought we'd never get to this new building, and it was kind of a pipe dream. It's just never going to happen. Yeah. But now that we're in it, it went from being a pipe dream to a dream. I mean, it's
Jared,
what we want.
I guess it's a testament to James and to Danny that you're in this building and everybody's going to love it. But you know, they got this thing started 20 years ago.
Well, we said on this show probably 100 times, they started something great. We're trying not to screw it up, right? And because of you guys, we've been able to continue that. We've been able to even grow that. And honestly, it's just because you guys have been there with us the whole time. And so we're thankful to them. We're thankful to you guys. And we hope to keep serving you as well as your friends and family until it's time for us to retire. By the way, I told Jake, there's not going to be any more construction. If there's going to be construction, it's going to be after I retire. So let's be perfectly clear about that. That's right.
The grand reopening is today at Marble City Pharmacy. Ribbon cutting at 10. They got giveaways all throughout the store today. So be a part of that. And don't forget their drive-through too, ladies and gentlemen. If you in a hurry and you got a prescription you need to be filled, then they can take care of it for you through the drive-through. And all that's happening today at Marble City Pharmacy. Thanks to all of you for joining us for Daybreak Live. Merry Christmas from the staff at Marble City Pharmacy. We'll continue on Daybreak Live in the morning. Don't forget Henry and Ella Looney coming up after the break. I'm Jim Adele. Have a fantastic day. God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe, everyone.